The Roma kids are an uneducated group of gypsy children who live in dire poverty in Ukraine. A young American named Ryan Meadows has given these forgotten children a voice through a CD called The Hope Project. Take a look.
Orphans Promise went to Ukraine to unite two worlds to make one sound. We wrote songs that reflect the heart of Orphans Promise and asked the kids that we help daily to come alongside us and create music. We took the vibrant instruments and sounds of Ukraine and fused them with the sound of our worship to make one joyful noise. Together, we found our sound.
Here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart, Lord. Here's my heart. Here's my heart. I am yours.
We want to close the divide between those who have much and those who have little, because we are all beneficiaries of the love of God.
Please welcome to the 700 Club the producer of the Hope Project, Ryan Meadows. What a fun adventure that was.
It was amazing, yeah.
Tell me about the concept for this, Ryan. Where did it come from?
So, you know, one of the things that I thought that was really important is Orphans Promise is an organization that tries to find a voice for people that don't have a voice. And when we came and first started talking about this, one thing I wanted to do is find a way that we could actually capture the voices and give it to partners and volunteers and different people that have supported Orphans Promise for a long time. And so we literally got to do that with this album. It's something where you get to hear the voice of these children on it.
You know, what is really astonishing about this, because the end result is beautiful, none of these children speak English. I mean, some of them are just beginning to learn in some of the Orphans Promise schools that have been established in their Roma camps. But I mean, you walked into a setting where you really had some work to do. What was that like? For sure, yeah. And that was one of the wildest things. When we walked in, I think some of the teachers were pretty stressed out because they had all these long lyric sheets, and these kids, some of them couldn't even read at that point, some of the younger kids. So they were trying to teach all these kids these songs. And so what we did is we flipped the table, and I taught them the same way that I learned when I was a kid, phonetically. Something where instead of just trying to read something on a sheet of paper, we wanted to make sure these kids could like hear a sound that we make, and they could make that sound too. And so that's how I work with people even in the studio here in the United States. And so luckily that concept translated really well. And these kids were able to not only just get the words right, but actually have a sound that they could make. In the process of all of this, you find this young boy who has a velvet voice that is just amazing. Did that astonish you? It did, and actually it came out of kind of a mistake that happened. One of the challenges that we came across is we didn't have our interpreter one day, and we thought we were going to this camp in Serenia that had so many kids to be there, and they were there, but the communication was lost, and only one kid ended up showing up in the room for us to work with him. And so I was at first kind of, oh my gosh, I think we miscommunicated. This kid had the most beautiful voice I'd ever heard. So I said, let's just spend 3 hours with this kid now. And he sang on verses, choruses, solos, and some of the they got to see in the video there that just had this sultry velvet voice that was amazing. I want you to share what your experience was of the impact this had on these kids, because we're talking about giving voice to children who are, most children don't have a voice, but now you add the poverty and the lack of education and opportunity. What did you see in them as they had a chance to record their own album of music?
Yeah, well, the amazing thing that happened is everybody was very shy when we first came in. And I think that's a normal response that we all have as humans. You know, we're self-conscious and we're shy. Yeah, but the amazing thing happened is as they continued to sing and grow, the confidence came.
Yeah.
And an amazing opportunity actually came out of that, where as the confidence grew, I know a teacher there actually took some of the students from this gypsy community to try to train at a music school, and they were actually not able to because the gypsy community, there's a lot of prejudice there in Ukraine against that community. And so I know one of the things Orphans Promise is doing now is actually trying to build a music program for these talented, amazing kids that now have a voice to learn and excel at their gift that the Lord gave them.
And some of that comes from finding dignity and seeing that hope that, wow, there's a future. There are things I can do, things I can be. But for people who get a hold of this CD, what do you want the takeaway to be?
I think the most important thing is this album is a fusion. And so it's a fusion of these Ukrainian sounds, Ukrainian voices, and everyday worship that like we have and we experience here in America and all around the world. And I think an important thing when we're interacting with other cultures is we want to bless what they already are doing. We want to bless their culture. We want to bless their sound. And we want to unite and bring fusion to our two sounds. We don't want to replace one with the other.
I love the faces on these kids as we watch all of this happening on the video. I just want to say thank you for your vision and your time. And I know this took tremendous amount of patience and effort, but wow, I love the outcome of the whole thing, Ryan. It's really, really special. Awesome. I want to say the CD is called The Hope Project, and I want you to know you can order a copy for $5 until Thursday, April 14th, and after that it's going to go back to the original price of $8. So if you'd like to get a CD, all you have to do is call this special number. It's 866-526-7173 between 8:30 and 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday. Let me give you that number again. It's 866-526-7173. Or if you'd like to, it's simple to log on to www.shop.cbn.com. And you can also join us if you'd like. This Friday, we've got a great event, the Night of Hope event, coming up right here in Virginia Beach. It's happening from 7 to 9 p.m. in the CBN Corporate Support Building Chapel. The event is free. Going to be a lot of wonderful live worship featuring songs from the Hope Project CD. If you'd like to be with us, you can just register at cbn.com. But great to work with you, Ryan, again. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Terry.